Do not buy 12 Tribes on Earth hair growth oil and hair magic elixir unless you want super healthy, gorgeous hair that grows. They have a whole line of amazing hair growth products, including hair growth leave-in conditioner spray, hair growth shampoo, hair growth spray, and hair growth butter. I'm starting to sense a theme here. They include quality natural ingredients, smell amazing, and you can see the results for yourself. So if you're looking for healthy hair growth for your natural or relaxed hair, try 12 Tribes on Earth today.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Monroe Nichols IV. He is the mayor of Tulsa, and he is proposing a $100 million reparations plan. But here's the problem: there's no direct cash payments. So it is once again programs with the reparations title on it. I don't know how long y'all want to play this game. You know, Sooner or later, you're going to have to realize and accept the fact that no matter what you do, no matter what you say, you are not going to block the inevitable. We are going to get paid up in here, and you're not going to like it. So, we're not overly concerned about it coming from you. But our Heavenly Father, He will make things right. And when He step in, you're definitely not going to like it. And there'll be nothing you'll be able to do about it. Y'all are dwindling in numbers. This is why Donald Trump is desperate to get Canada and Greenland, because your numbers are fading in America. And with fading numbers is fading power. Okay, it's all going at once. So y'all can keep putting your puppets in front of us with these reparations slash programs. And at the end of the day, you're still going to have to take that L, whether you like it or not. So, y'all, let's get into this article. Tulsa mayor proposes $100 million reparations plan for descendants of 1921 Tulsa Race Massacre. Proposed trust focuses on economic recovery, education, and housing nearly 105 years after massacre. Tulsa's first Black mayor proposed creating a $100 million private trust as part of a reparations plan for the impact of the Tulsa Race Massacre, which took place more than 100 years ago. Mayor Monroe Nichols IV, elected mayor in November, says the trust would be used to provide scholarships and housing to the descendants of those impacted by the massacre. He clarified that the trust would not involve direct cash payments, however. For 104 years, the Tulsa Race Massacre has been a stain on our city's history, Nichols said Sunday. The massacre was hidden from history books, only to be followed by the intentional acts of redlining, a highway built to choke off economic vitality, and the perpetual underinvestment of local, state, and federal governments. Now it's time to take the next big steps to restore, he added. The private charitable trust would be created with the goal to secure $105 million in assets, with most of the funding either secured or committed by June 1st, 2026. Nichols says the city council would have to approve the transfer of any city assets to the trust. The plan calls for the bulk of the funding, $60 million, to go toward improving buildings and revitalizing the city's north side. The Greenwood district at its height was a center of commerce, Nichols told the Associated Press. So what was lost was not just something from North Tulsa or the Black community. It actually robbed Tulsa of an economic future that would have rivaled anywhere else in the world. Nichols' push comes just weeks after Representative Summer Lee announced plans to introduce the Reparations Now resolution, which calls for the U.S. to spend trillions of dollars on reparations for Black Americans. Lee's resolution cites U.S. slavery, Jim Crow laws, and other racially discriminatory laws and policies to justify spending trillions of dollars supporting the descendants of Black Americans in the U.S. That's why we recognize that the fight to restore Black folks has to be so much more substantive, she added.
Ladies and gentlemen, another thing that gets on my nerve is the fact that we have seen so many figures presented, so many proposals, so many task force. We've seen the whole 9 yards, and we have yet to see any of these quote unquote reparation plans go through. And this looks just like the same gymnastics we've seen before. Everybody is going to propose, and there'll be a series of meetings, everybody jaw jacking at the meeting. And at the end of the day, none of this will pass. They'll be coming back with all kinds of excuses on why it couldn't go through and why, direct payments are not possible and all this stuff. But you sure don't tell any other group that received reparations that cash payments were not possible. It has always been and always will be about race. You would rather die than see money come to our melanated hands. And that's what it is at the end of the day. But you are fighting a battle that you have no chance of winning, just like you have no chance of keeping control over this place. That's why y'all put Trump in office, because you think the crazier he acts, the more you'll get to stay in charge. And actually, it's going to have the contrary effect. The longer he stays and the crazy things he does is going to weaken you a lot over these next few years that he's in office. One thing about Donald Trump, he is nearly 80 years old. And there's no way he's going to be able to hang on to power that long. He has already seen his best years pass by, and he doesn't have too many left. So, yeah, he got a little more of his little heyday in, but that's about it. Donald Trump, even he has an expiration date. Just like your rulership got an expiration date. So when you're sitting there on your high horse thinking you're blocking everything, never forget, when it comes down to all of you, everything is temporary. Keep that word temporary embossed in your brain. Everything with you is temporary. And yes, I will be back on other videos to remind you of that. So y'all, please tell me what you think about this video. This is just nothing but more of a fistful of nothing at the end of the day. We know these people, these politicians are only pushing this stuff to make it seem like they tried to do something, but at the end of the day, they've done nothing. Please leave your comment and subscribe. Don't forget to hit on the notification bell And I'll see you on the next video. Peace, family.